Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to We the Revolution, where we are about to embark upon day 3 of our life as a judge in the Revolutionary Tribunal in revolutionary France, answering, of course, to the Committee of Public Safety, led by, among others, the both famous and infamous Maximilien de Robespierre. So let's see where today takes us then. Like last episode, we got to send an innkeeper to prison for watering down his drinks, and we had to acquit a locksmith charged with breaking into the homes of his clients because they would not reimburse him. And yeah, it'll be interesting. We had the king as a spectator, even in our last trial, so that was quite an audience. So let's just pick up where we left off then. We have a new prosecutor, I think, arguing the cases. Antoine Tonville. Welcome, citizen. Sorry, I need to get started. Welcome, citoyen fidèle. My name is Antoine Catin Fouquier de Tonville. I am the public prosecutor that has been assigned to assist at every tribunal trial starting from today. Yeah. I should warn you that I am uncompromising, although I hope that we quickly find common ground. In Abayan news, the construction of the guillotine has been finished. We may begin using it today. Yes, we have seen it. The king is gone. Treason. Anyone with information about his whereabouts should immediately disclose it to the authorities. Robespierre. Alright, we have a bigger case this time. Case file. Compiled by Pierre Dacan. Jean Hibert, the famous street urchin who killed the governor of the Bastille, Delaunay, and carried his head on a pike, has recently been detained. After the triumph of the revolution, he reached the nadir of his life. Though many people still consider him a hero, they do not care that the Parisian archives are filled with complaints about thefts, robberies, and assaults on women. The current case is much graver, as Hibert is accused of raping 16-year-old Élodie de Pontalba. The charges were brought by the victim's father, Baron Thomas de Pontalba. It is widely known that de Pontalba was a relative and friend of Governor Delaunay. The crime allegedly took place in the tenement belonging to the victim's family. Jean was detained by people working outside while trying to escape the building. Élodie gave a written statement saying that the incident took place on a holiday, and Jean used the absence of the Baron and most of the servants to break into the tenement. Once he was inside, he entered her room and raped her. The incident was witnessed by Anne Michel, Élodie's governess. It was she who alarmed the workers about disturbing noises coming from her charge's room. A number of witnesses felt obliged to inform us that Anne Michel is known for her psychotic jealousy and her numerous romances with the people of France. The results of the medical examination. The examination revealed the following: defloration, minor attrition of the genital area, bruising and hemorrhaging of the arms, spine, and face. Dr. P. Gibier. Well, it would probably be Gibier. Someone is putting in a good word about you here or there, fully out of the goodness of their heart. Well, that was very kind of them. They are bringing in Jean. We are with you, Jean. Please, introduce yourself. Jean Ibert, the conqueror of the Bastille, and vanquisher of the tyrant Delaunay, the hero of all Parisians. Jean Ibert, you are accused of raping Miss Elodie de Pontabat, daughter of Baron Thomas de Pontabat. Do you plead guilty? I don't plead anything. The bourgeois and their counter-revolutionary father are filthy liars. We need to bear in mind the possibility of criminal collusion in the charges. That's right. Those swines love their machinations. The evidence speaks against you. Galli's duplicity and de Pontabat's plots prove nothing. Okay. Let's start linking them. Okay, that was an incorrect link. Whoops. Was it more? So the break-in should be method, right? I want to keep break-in. I remember there being multiple complaints. Society and gentlemen been raped her. So we have one question left. Alright, that should unlock all the questions. So both the people and the revolutionaries want an acquittal. Call in Henri Michel as a witness. Citoyen, what is your name?
Henri Michel.
Miss Elodie de Pontabas, governess. What do you know about the case?
Ibarra is guilty and should be killed.
He used our relationship to get closer to the Baron's daughter and hurt her. What do you mean? He knew exactly when the servants had a day off and when the Baron left for the Legislative Assembly. Did he learn those facts from you? Not directly. He paid me several visits at the Baron de Pontabas' house. Did it not occur to you that he may use this knowledge against the Baron's family? I see. Did the Baron know about your meetings? No. The Baron had more important things to worry about than the personal lives of his servants. Why did you neglect your duties and stop looking after the victim? That day, the Baron ordered me to take care of the house. Miss Elodie didn't have any classes and was spending time in her room. And you did not hear the accused entering the building? No. I was busy in the kitchen. I wasn't alerted until I heard sounds of a struggle and Miss Elodie's screams coming from her room. I found it baffling that you did not hear anything before then. I can't explain that, but I was making a lot of noise while cooking. Is watching the house not one of your responsibilities? Well, yes, but I can't be in two places at once. So we should start with this question, I think, even though it'll probably lead them to convict. Did you know Miss Elodie de Pontabas before the incident? She flirted with me every time she visited the Café Procope, and she came to every dispute between Danton and Marat. I finally gave that girl what she was asking for. So you admit your guilt? Yes, but it wasn't rape. Show me one girl that would say no to a hero. You say you met her at the Café Procope? I highly doubt that such a young lady would go to a place like that all by herself. Who said she was alone? Anne brought her, and everyone knows she likes to have fun. Are you talking about Anne Michel, Miss Elodie's governess? That's right. So that was not the first time you entered the house of the victim's family. What victim? Anyway, yes. I was there a few times and I know it well. Let me just say that Michel and I have explored every. Spare us the details. The old whore took the young whore for a walk. Did you know that Baron de Pontabas is a relative of the deceased Governor Delaunay? No, but that explains a lot. His whole case was conjured up by de Pontabas. He wants to get rid of me because I freed France from a tyrant. Delaunay's family should have been executed a long time ago. So you would not call rape an instrument in the war against the monarchists? Monarchists should be decapitated, and their daughters should be thanking the heroes of the revolution. That's right. Silence! We are talking about a young girl who was raped. How did you break into the tenement belonging to Baron de Pontabat? Why would I break in? I used the back door. How did you know about that entrance? The Baron's daughter told me. She also informed me that her beloved father and most of the servants wouldn't be at home. She told you to visit her for that specific purpose? She was giving very clear signs. All aristocrats are whores. Are you saying that you came to Baron de Pontabat's house at the invitation of the victim? That young bitch promised me a nice afternoon. She explained everything in detail. Let Sean go. Quiet, people. The judge is beginning to understand. Remain calm and he will soon let me go. Do you find a particular pleasure in the abuse of women? Why would I abuse women when there are nicer things to do with them? Well, unless they like it. Are you suggesting that the victim wanted to get raped and beaten? I didn't force her to do anything, and I definitely didn't beat her. The medical examination proves clearly that she was injured. Better ask de Pontabat who battered her. He was furious when he found out who was in bed with his sweet daughter. Are you suggesting that he assaulted his daughter because she consorted with you? It wouldn't surprise me. Aristocrats do worse things than beating their own children. So, I mean, at this point, we could use the jury's opinion to get him acquitted. That's going to raise our popularity in both instances. I mean, whether he did it or not is up for debate. I think it's pretty clouded. But the revolutionaries, most of all, want him acquitted. He's a revolutionary hero. He's important to the revolutionary cause. So I imagine we will acquit. Yeah, they're going to hate that. I find the defendant not guilty. He did. Nope. Storming the Bastille. How did the defendant explain the signs of assault? Her father beat her. Did the defendant attempt to explain the background of the rape? He said it was the victim who initiated intimacy and first removed her clothes. That one we did not. The judgment for Jean-Hubert is not guilty. Take the defendant away. I must admit that his guilt was not clearly confirmed. Bravo! This is the France we fought for when storming the Bastille. The judge is one of us. Well, I mean, I don't know if I'm that happy about that verdict, but the people and the revolutionaries sure are. So, we got them all right. We unlocked all the questions, but didn't ask all of them because asking all of them probably would have drilled into some uncomfortable truths that we didn't necessarily want out there if we were going to acquit him. Due to the establishment of a revolutionary tribunal, we need to prepare an official stamp. I was told to ask you, citoyen, because President Devoyer is indisposed. How much did he drink? He was not able to say. Shall we? Okay. This is pretty cool. Top decoration. There maybe. Emblem. Like so, perhaps. I don't know. Oops. We are the impartial justice. So. I think that will do. Thank you for your time. I know it's late. The stamp should be ready tomorrow. Good night. Okay, that's going to raise. It's going to kill those two. Bernard needs to learn how to deal with stage fright if he wants to be a professional musician. You will have to endure an hour of racket. You should spend some time with your father every now and then. Show him your world. Perhaps you will get a taste for it. Father won't like the viola concerto. Yeah, okay. Let's do the viola concerto then. Man, that really hit our relationship with our father. And tragically, we are losing control of the streets. People feel betrayed by the king, and some believe him to be a spy trying to elude justice. Special means are recommended when suppressing unrest. We only need an opinion from the judges to make sure we are working legally. In other words, you need their blessing to shoot at protesters. People can control their emotions and are hurting other citizens as a result. Look at the windows. Next time, they might do something worse than just throw rocks. It pains us to see unrest growing in the streets of Paris. Commander-in-Chief Burel has informed us that the guard is no longer able to control the situation through peaceful means. It is recommended that he be allowed to use more immediate methods to protect the innocent civilians, but we would like to know the tribunal's opinion on the matter. I approve of the National Guard's use of force against ruffians running the capital. Yes. The guard is tasked with protecting innocents from those who are unable to control their behavior. I approve of greater freedom in the use of the National Guard. The authorities should not use force against the people. If it has to, it has already lost. I do not approve of this decree. Now we will accept. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Well, there's our stamp. Let's hope it is not too late to stop this madness. That is an interesting euphemism for musket fire. The mob wanted to act as both judge and jury again and hang people from the street lamps. Poor Pochard was almost hanged. Pochard? Claude Pochard? Exactly. The beloved tutor of your Frederic. You had to dismiss him after the incident with the oath of the clergy, did you not? Yes. Frederic tells me from time to time that he misses his teacher. What are you doing? The trial is about to begin. It's about Monsieur Pochard. News travels fast. He's been accused of counter-revolutionary activities. You know him. It can't be true. It's not so simple. Leave before somebody hears us. Papa, please. Go home. Think about the family. For once, at least. Papa. The supply of food to the city has been improved. People have become kinder and more friendly. Oh, really? Were they rioting in the streets? Just earlier in the day? Okay. Nope. Okay, let's see. Case file compiled by Nathan Desiraf. Claude Pochard, a 26-year-old vicar and tutor, son of a cobbler, believes in Enlightenment ideals. After refusing to adjure the civil constitution of the clergy, he was removed from his parish, prohibited from carrying out his duties, and sentenced to banishment. Despite this, he stayed in Paris and continued his work as a tutor, which he started before 1789. Pochard was captured in the streets by fortuitous circumstance. A guard officer present during his trial a few months ago recognized him and didn't hesitate to act. Following an investigation, Pochard was accused of spying and spreading counter-revolutionary propaganda in order to prepare a foreign intervention that would end the revolution. Correspondence with Archbishop Jean-Arsène de Breteuil was found in a room Pochard had been renting from Marie Chimay. In it, the clergyman asked for information about the unrest and the supporters of the monarchy in hiding. Riches were also found, a golden chalice and a reliquary. Moreover, the director of one of the orphanages, Claude taught and testified. Okay. One of the orphanages, Claude, testified that the tutor would question the law of the revolution in front of the students, stating that it was less important than the laws handed down by God. Evidence: a letter to Claude Pochard. Okay. So the church riches. No, yeah, I figured that didn't seem right. Okay, we have all the questions. Let's see. The commoners want him guillotined. Revolutionaries want him sent to prison. And the people, or our family, want him acquitted. Okay then. Please, introduce yourself. Monsieur le Juge, you know me. State your personal information or there will be consequences. Claude Pouchard, Monsieur le Juge. You stand accused of spying for the counter-revolutionaries and criticizing the existing order. Do you admit to these crimes? I'm innocent. The accusation is exaggerated and comes from the ill will of the accusers. Suggesting that the revolutionary government is acting in ill will, typical of a priest. Let's call Marie Chimier first. Who was she? I forget. He'd been renting a. She was his landlord, or landlady. Okay. Why did the accused stay in France despite being banished? I had to take care of my sick mother. Without me, she surely would have died. Why did you not take her with you? Good, make the filth squirm. I was in no position to afford that. I am just a poor parish priest who is unable to even carry out his duties. I have to teach every single day to survive. Is that why you started spying? For money? No. What information could I glean that would be useful to immigrate? That of the supposed persecution of priests. The main argument that Archbishop de Breteuil and Pius VI are using to convince Catholic monarchs to strike against the revolution. I do not correspond with immigrés, and I certainly do not write about the suffering of our clergymen. I would like to remind you that we have evidence. Away with the liar! The accused travels extensively around the Paris department. To what end? I teach wherever I can find students. Doing that requires time and effort, I admit. Is that why you received gold from your fellow conspirators abroad? He travels around France to spy on people. The only money I see comes from my students' caregivers. It is not at all immodest. So where did the riches found in your room come from? They were liturgical accoutrements. I saved them from the plunder of the church in Compan. I would rather go hungry than sell them. Fanatic! Thief! Peddler of superstition! What do you teach? The caregivers in orphanages only pay for reading and writing lessons. So why did the accused teach children that God's law stands above that of the Republic? You spread superstition and counter-revolutionary propaganda. This is a misunderstanding. The children I teach are unable to understand such complicated matters. The accused's explanation further incriminates him. If they are unable to understand the topic, why would he even discuss it at all? The church spreads ignorance and takes our money. I was only answering questions from the director of the orphanage in Combien. I said that God's law stood above my banishment. It is God's law that prohibits me from leaving the country. I have a duty to help those in need. So this seems a pretty decent follow-up. Why did the accused continue teaching instead of leaving France? My duty is to help others. If I am unable to help as a priest, I want to at least share some of my knowledge. Your knowledge is Catholic propaganda. I prefer the term Catholic values. Summon the witness, Marie Chemet. Citoyen, what is your name? Marie Chemet, monsieur le juge. Did the accused maintain extensive correspondence? Meaning, did he receive many letters? I don't remember any letters with his name. Perhaps he had a rich social life. Did he entertain many guests? I don't remember anybody visiting him at all. He wasn't there most of the time anyway. He just used the room to sleep. Where would he go? I don't ask my guests about things like that. Did he ever criticize the revolution and its accomplishments? Once he said that instead of beheading, they could do something about the economy and teaching, but their children are hungry and, well, can't read or write. Did he ever question the law? Now that I think about it, maybe he did. One evening, he complained that the law didn't work, that a smart person would send all the kids to school. By force, if need be. Priests lectured our nation for 1,000 years and nothing good came out of it. He's right. They gave us nothing more than hunger and disease. What does the accused have to say? Just what Madame Chemet said. I only want a decent and universal education for the youngest. Is that really criticizing the revolution? One of its slogans is equality. So right now, the jury wants to acquit. We've basically got the grounds for an acquittal. But the revolutionaries want to throw him in jail. And he is dangerous. With his, his pacifist views. He's blunting the Edge of Terror, which is about to come into effect. What information did the accused manage to convey to Archbishop de Breteuil? None. I have no connection with the Archbishop. Why would he be interested in a parish priest's help? What about your letter? We have it in our files. You have received instructions from the Archbishop. Pope's dog. Pierre the traitor. It is a simple letter, not instructions. And it is not from the Archbishop, but from my parish priest in Compan, Jean Arsène Chereto. Where is he now? I know only that he planned to leave for Switzerland. He may have changed his mind. That is why I never thought to respond to the letter. What a coincidence. Archbishop de Breteuil currently resides in Switzerland. It is indeed a coincidence. Many clergymen reside in Switzerland. Who believes that? Did the accused celebrate masses despite the ban? There are no churches where I could do that. Then what purpose do the chalice and reliquary possessed by the accused serve? Private religious practice. You were prohibited from administering sacraments. It is not sacrament, merely prayer. The Declaration of the Rights of Man and of the Citizen allows me to pray. You should be familiar with that document. That is beside the point. By promoting superstitions in a progressive country, you are spreading sedition. Yeah, I should be careful about the final question because I don't want to tip him into getting his neck. So now the people aren't gonna like us, but I mean their opinion of us was really high. Now the revolutionaries, on the other hand, are really starting to love us if we throw them in jail. And they quit. They're not gonna like that. I mean, he is being somewhat counter-revolutionary. Unfortunately. Spreading his his pacifist beliefs. And that the revolutionary system isn't perfect. That will not stand. Cannot abide that. So I fear we'll have to throw him in jail. Could chop his head off. The mob will love that, but the revolutionaries will hate it. So we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do what the revolutionaries want, and that is basically it. Yeah. Yes. Golden chalice and a reliquary. Now that we didn't actually get to. Ah, crap. That was the question we should have. Yeah. 2 francs per week. It cost us 1 influence points, but we had points to spare. So. I sentence citoyen Claude Poujart to prison. Lead the condemned out. He saved that priest. He showed mercy to an enemy of the revolution. He ought to have been killed. I have nothing else to say. It's only a good job. Okay then. We'll see how the family takes that. Traître. Justice is swift during the revolution.
One fool spewed out one word too many. The other fired a musket. They fought for freedom. Each for their own. That man. Hard to forget. He asked me if I'd seen his wife. He found his son. The freedom we borrowed from the wealthy and the noble. We believed it was worth the price. He was judged by people long devoid of their freedom. The only things they knew were dust and sweat and anger.
We made a nice profit. There was a chance of prosperity. Why would the Renard family want to take over your shop, Grandpapa? For profit and power. It's always the same, and it's not different in these times. Today is about equality, so that not only the aristocrats can live with dignity. Grow up, boy. I only saw the truth when they attempted to sentence my son, your uncle, to death. It suddenly dawned on me that the only things that mattered were the power I never had and the connections I never cared for. You wanted to be righteous while the injustice spread like a plague. You should not be sorry for that. I am not, but I would rather your brother lived, so that I still had 2 sons. You have a brother, Daddy? Where is he? He died a long time ago, before you were born. Why did he die? Do not talk so much while eating. Your uncle went to war and died in battle. Your generation will soon realize the extent of the damage we inflicted upon the world. In the past, decent people like Pochard never had to worry about courts or tribunals. But now... Do you even consider the possibility that Pochard was guilty? No, not Monsieur Pochard. He was no guiltier than any of us. Son, keep an eye on the Renard. Signed off on the use of deadly force against protesters. Your family is not all that keen on talking to you tonight. Well, my family is being counter-revolutionary. Well, I think we'll end today's episode here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope the game still piques your interest. It certainly does mine. I think it's very, very well done so far. I think the image of the dead child wrapped in a bloody tricolore was pretty apt and a pretty powerful image of the revolution. Anyway. Okay, the mob and our family want Burel dead after that whole incident, and the revolutionaries obviously want to throw him in jail. I mean, we may have to make him a sacrificial lamb to the revolution. But we'll see whether that comes about next episode or not. I hope you'll join me for then. And until then, thank you for watching. Thanks for joining me on this journey. And please, take care. Bye-bye.